Hi, Michael.
Hi.
I was just curious, do you follow reviews of your own albums?
No, the only reviews I've read has been the ones that the record label sent to me, and they only send the good ones.
Yeah?
Yeah. So I don't go looking, you know. I'm less interested in reviews now than I was, I think.
When did you stop checking for reviews?
For this album, actually. You know, maybe it's because I subconsciously expected a lot of shit. But it's been pretty good, you know, the ones I've seen. But I stopped tracking down all the negativity. I don't need that right now.
Yeah, was there times maybe that it somehow had an impact on your writing creative process? Did it make you insecure at some moments before?
No, just pissed off, you know.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it never happened like I read a review and said, oh my God, he's right, got to change it, you know, for the next record. But I just found it less, you know, not as interesting anymore. I don't need it, if you know what I mean. I don't really need the positive reviews either, for some reason.
Can you recall one review that pissed you off? If you have a particular example of something that you...
Now, to be honest, I mean, we haven't had that many bad reviews through the years. All the records are masterpieces, you know. So the one that comes to mind is one of the first reviews we ever had for the first album. It was in a French magazine called an Italian magazine. And I held a grudge against them ever since. Every time we're doing an interview with them, I was like... and it said, it was short. It was like 1 out of 10. Orchid record, the first one. And it said, boring and uneventful.
Okay.
1 out of 10, or something like that.
You proved them wrong maybe now in...
Well, they can think it's no problem, but it hit me hard. I was 20 years old at the time, and was so happy to have a record out, and you know, in comparison to whatever other bands that were active. I mean, didn't sound like many of these other bands. So, and we knew that, of course, but seeing that review was just like, what the fuck? What do they mean? You know, boring and uneventful. But fine, you know, it's fair enough. You know.
Yeah, you just mentioned you don't need it anymore now, maybe the positive reviews as well. What has then changed over those years that you don't need it anymore?
I don't know, to be honest. You know, I'm more secure, I guess. And I don't really care too much anymore. I just need, I know that like when we put out an album, that's always been the case, of course, that we have been very happy with every album. And this is certainly no exception. But it's a different record. I mean, once the record was done, I was like, well, you know, there's going to be a lot of people who's going to hate this album. And I'm a bit fragile lately, you know. I get hit hard by negativity, and I'm not talking about reviews, just overall. And it's one aspect to this to my life. I don't gain anything from it, you know.
Why lately? Is there something that
no, it's just my head, you know, caved in. You know, I'm a bipolar or something. I don't know.
Are yourself less critical now also, or less cynical if you were at some point maybe towards things?
I'm probably more cynical.
More cynical.
Yeah, I'm probably more cynical, but there's a part of me that's kind of this whole excitement about being in a band and putting out a record and what people think about me. I stopped caring.
Yeah, you said just briefly that you expected for this album a lot of maybe shit, so to say. Why? Because you changed course? Or?
Well, yeah, you know, we belong to some type of extreme metal scene, you know, because of that type of vocals that we had on the previous records, and like the songs are different on this new one, and the production is different, and the artwork is different. Everything is different, you know, but it's still, I mean, it has the Opeth name, and for us, it's no big stretch. This album seems completely natural for us, but to a lot of people, I guess, you know, one thing that people tell us a lot, they heard it, it's like, your new album's very interesting it still sounds like Opeth. And I'm like, okay, it is Opeth. I mean, it's a completely unnecessary comment because it's us, if you know what I mean. I mean, it is a different sounding record. It might be hard for people to digest. Maybe I should be the other way around. I should really go look, what do people think? But I can't help, I just don't care.